All right. I think all the levels are set.
All the levels by
Sound,
Avicii.
sound stage or sound speed.
Sound speed.
That's what they say in the biz.
Yep.
In the movie making biz.
Sure is.
And if you're watching this, it's because you're a big fan of the movie making biz, right? And hey, if you leave a comment on this episode, I'm starting a new thing. If you leave a comment on this episode, you're gonna automatically be in the drawing to win. Oh my goodness!
Oh,
a sick ass Paradizo tee.
Do we curse on this, by the way?
Do we what?
Do we curse on this podcast?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, shit.
Oh shit!
Oh, shit.
Cunt! Oh fuckaroony!
Son of
Look
a
at
cunt.
this.
Freshly printed 2 months ago by yours truly.
Son of a cunt.
Look at this.
I like that.
You could be wearing this extra large Paradizo Boys t-shirt. If you leave a comment and we're going to pick a random person and they're going to win it. This one right here that's on my body.
That's the one they're going to win.
This is the one they're going to win.
Freshly
You're
worn.
going to win an extra large t-shirt that is rested upon my body.
It's going to smell like Joseph's cologne.
Just
Yeah.
a little bit, though. Not too. It's not going to be
Yep.
too overpowering.
Yeah.
But you'll get that sense that, like, oh, Joseph has been...
So you can win this t-shirt.
You can win this very t-shirt.
By
But
commenting.
If you don't win, that's okay because we're going to do contests every week now. That's the new thing we're doing. And also these t-shirts are for sale at paradizofilms.com. So, you can buy a t-shirt from there if you don't win. All right, we got that out of the way.
And the t-shirts that have been worn by me and Joseph are for sale
We
as
test them
well
all out.
on sniffner.com.
Yep. We test them all out before
Yep.
selling them just to make sure.
There's the Rogan
There.
camera right
Yeah.
there. That's a Rogan camera.
The Rogan cam.
The same place you can buy worn panties and used tampons. You can
Sure.
check out pre-worn Paradizo shirts by the 2 sexiest men in the podcasting universe.
Yep.
Joseph
That's what they
Naiman
say.
and myself.
That's after I've spent 10 minutes holding up a boom mic because we're shooting a scene. I'm always drying off with a Paradizo tee.
There you go.
Yep.
Double
We
as
need
towels.
Paradizo hand towels now.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
why don't just make the tees hand towels?
Little golf towels.
Yeah.
Towels out of tees or
You know.
tees out of hand towels.
These tees are valuable, man.
Yeah.
They come at a cost.
Hey guys, we got a great episode line for you today. This guy, he does everything. He does the rapping, he does the comedies, he does Obama impressions, and he basketball, and he's black, and that's a good thing. Good for the people who are saying we're racist.
Got a huge wingspan.
Yeah,
Oh, huge wingspan.
Huge
Got a
wiener
big
span.
this guy's ween. Oh boy,
Yeah, it's
guys, it's Garrett House.
Hey, that's
Put your motherfucking
Yeah.
hands together for Garrett House.
Garrett motherfucking House.
right. In the
Go
building.
crazy, go stupid, go retarded.
Go stupid.
Put a nail through your foot for Garrett fucking House.
Yeah. Is that how they used to announce you in basketball games?
I was thinking about this because I need an ad lib for my rapping, and there's this kid from high school who's anytime I'd score in a game would be like, "Let's go G House."
Yeah.
Ah.
Shout out Eric Berbula. Thanks for
Shout out
watching.
Eric.
Yeah,
Is he gonna watch this episode?
probably not.
He better.
Well, he should now.
Yeah.
He's the first person I've shout out on this podcast, and he's not even a family member.
I'm gonna send it to his mom. She'll watch it.
Yeah.
She'll want to sleep with me. No, I'm just-
There you go.
Shout out
Eric,
Mr.
if you're watching this, I have no interest in your mother.
Hey, that's not nice.
He has interest in your mother if you want him to have interest in
Exactly.
your mother.
Do you need a new stepdad?
There you go.
Comment down below, Eric.
Probably older than you.
Do you want a stepdad around your age?
That'd be kind of cool, right? There'd
Yeah.
be perks to that.
Yeah.
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 You guys bro
I think so
out, you
too.
know?
Exactly.
Yeah. I feel like at first it would be like Will Ferrell, John C. Reilly, stepbrothers.
Sure.
There'd be beef,
Yeah.
there'd be animosity.
Right.
Then you'd get to
I
the
think
point.
a better analogy is Will Ferrell, but also kicking and screaming. Well, he actually did have a.
That's true. Yeah, there you
That
go.
was his stepmom.
Yes. Yeah. His stepmother was younger than
And
him.
then
His little
the
brother.
cousins were his uncle, his kid's uncle was technically something like that, right?
Yeah.
It's like a
Will
Modern
Ferrell's
Family.
Brother was his
Yes.
son's age.
Will Ferrell's little brother was the same age as Will Ferrell's son in that
Correct.
movie. Yeah. So his Will Ferrell's son's uncle was 2 months older.
And that's the
than him.
movie we're talking about today, Kicking and Screaming. I
A movie that none of us have watched recently.
probably watched
Well,
this
this movie
movie.
is
These
a-
probably came out around.
If you wanted me to go to Israel, that's how you'd have to send me.
hey,
Kicking and screaming.
There we go. Guys, it's the
I
end
think
of
you mean
Middle East,
Palestine.
man.
Hey,
Oh, boy. There's going to be a lot of that going on in this episode. It's a very topical episode.
Yeah.
One of you, I don't know.
Oh,
which
that
one
would be
it
me.
is.
I'm sorry. I just
Garrett's
want to
so
make love
long,
to you,
I thought that
Joseph.
it could have been him.
It
No.
probably could, but I'm considerate, so
Yeah.
it's not.
Yeah, I'm an inconsiderate, rude
No,
asshole.
it's okay.
so.
You can do it. I was going to say if Garrett's
Oh, okay.
Like
stop.
I'd have to leave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the end of Middle East May, and we're ending it with a bang. Most
You do that on purpose.
It's the most topical episode of the show. We're talking, you don't mess with the Zohan,
The Sandman.
the Sandman.
Adam
Man
Sand.
himself, Yep.
Yep.
The turret, John Turturro,
John Turturro, yeah.
Yep.
Playing.
Turturro, Sandman.
the Palestinian dude.
Yeah.
His rival.
Rob Schneider browned up.
Yes. he
Yes.
does.
Yep.
Back when you could still do that.
Yeah.
But this was Tropic Thunder era ish.
Yeah.
Yeah. But also, that's just what Rob Schneider does.
Correct.
That might be a guy named Rob thing.
Really? Who's the other Rob?
Downey Jr. in Tropic Thunder.
Oh, that's true.
Do guys named Rob?
Rob McElhenney.
From Always Sunny?
Yeah.
Has he ever done
I don't
blackface?
think so.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
And
Oh, in the Lethal Weapon
Weapon.
episodes.
You
Oh my
referenced
God!
that
No,
episode.
you're right.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
That's
dude,
weird
it's a
as
dude.
fuck.
Dudes named Rob love doing blackface.
Rob's like to, yeah.
Robert Kennedy.
Fuck.
Wait and see.
Probably.
Wait and see.
He's done some wild shit. He's a kooky boy.
He's gonna release a campaign commercial where he's in blackface. He's
I
like-
am actually Barack Obama.
Yeah, he's like, "What's up, brother? I'm Barack Obama, and you should vote for Robert Kennedy."
think the black vote should go towards Robert Kennedy.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
close, yeah.
He's got a weird cancer voice.
It's not even cancer though, is it?
No, it's not.
It's like a
It was
just
like a-
genetic thing.
No, I think it like I don't know. I don't remember exactly what it is.
I
but
think
looked
it
into it.
it
I think
comes
it's like
from-
a cigar thing.
I
Like
don't think it's a cigar thing.
Oh.
I think it's like a genetic.
really? Okay.
Oh, I thought it just came from being a throat goat.
Yeah, I think that's what he was sucking too much dick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was sucking a lot of dick. He was
If
sucking
you're-
Cheryl Hines' dick.
If your esophagus gets hammered with too much penis,
Yeah.
you'll just end up sounding
I
like
think that's
that.
what it is.
Even though they're two different tubes, but
That's
Yeah.
why Nancy Reagan sounded like she smoked, but she never did.
Yeah.
So much cock.
R.I.P. The throat.
God rest her beautiful dick sucking soul.
Oh boy. Garrett, you seen this movie before?
yes, I have.
Yeah.
Don't
You
know.
like it?
I think it's one of Adam Sandler's best movies because I haven't seen the earlier ones that were actually good.
So,
what I mean?
So you're Happy
Well-
Madison's.
Yeah, I'm not.
You're Happy
like,
Gilmore.
I'm not up
Happy
on
Gilmore.
those.
Okay.
you know, as much as I am. No, I'm up on Happy Gilmore.
Okay.
I'm up on. I'm talking about in recent history. Let's say in recent history.
Okay.
Like the new thing you split up Eminem into old Eminem and new
Sure.
Eminem. This is some of the new. This is new Adam Sandler's. I'll finesse that.
I wouldn't say this is new. This is like middle aged, like middle era Sandler. Because there's the early Sandler days.
Early Sandler, it's like all legendary hits.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Happy Gilmore.
He
And then
didn't miss.
You had like this Bedtime Story, Jack and Jill, but then now he's in sort of a new era where he's doing like the
Oh,
uncut
not
gem.
this new, not this new, not this new. No, I'm talking about like what's the one where it's like a bunch of families on a camping trip and it's
Oh,
Grown-ups.
blended.
yeah,
The
grown
Grown-ups.
ups.
Yeah, yeah,
It's same
Grown Up,
era.
yeah.
It's the same era. As
So
Grown Up.
mid era Sandler.
yeah. Mid era Sandler.
Okay,
I
yeah,
would say
like-
my favorite
like-
stuff from mid era Sandler.
2008 to 2018 Sandler, I
Yeah.
would say. Yeah. Before he got
Before he
serious.
starts screaming at kind of C tier NBA players, do you want to be in the NBA? Yes.
So
That
you
was
saw
cra-
Hustle then too?
I didn't. I saw that scene and I was like, I can't watch this movie.
Oh,
It's
really?
too cringe.
It was actually really good.
I can't imagine it being that good
Who's
based
the
on that
guy
scene.
in that one?
That's not at
Juan
the
Hernan
basketball
Gomez.
player?
Hernan
Yeah,
Gomez.
Juancho Hernan Gomez,
Yeah, Juancho.
and then Anthony Edwards is in it as well. Shout out Anthony Edwards,
Yeah, he's
Western
killing
Conference
it.
Finals.
Didn't Queen
Yeah.
Latifah play his wife?
in Hustle?
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Sure. Sure.
It's a good movie. I recommend.
Yeah, I
as a
know that.
basketball fan, Garrett, I think
Yeah.
you'd like it. It seemed the trailer made it seem a bit cornier than it
Okay.
was in reality, and it was actually. I don't watch a lot of like Netflix originals or like shit that Netflix pushes.
Couldn't stand that one clip.
Yeah, but that is one thing I've watched that Netflix fully produced and made
They
as
should-
an original, and that was pretty good.
They should make a movie where like everybody else in the movie is very serious, but Adam Sandler is playing like an Adam Sandler character. He's like, you gotta play basketball.
That'd be
Oh,
a bit much.
So it's basically the reverse of that new Woody Harrelson movie where he's the only non-retarded person, and then he coaches a team full of Down syndrome kids. It's the opposite of
I
that.
might have seen a trailer for that. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I saw a trailer as well.
I saw a lot of trailers
It
for that
looked heartwarming. It isn't in my watch list, but
No, it's fucking. I'm not a big fan of like the basketball coach like genre of movies. There was one with Ben Affleck from a few years ago.
Yeah, I remember that.
Where he was like an alcoholic who like has to become a
Or
basketball
construction. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he played basketball before. They weren't.
Affleck?
Yeah, I mean, he played. The whole idea in that movie, if you watch the trailers, that like he was like a high school basketball star.
Yeah.
Got drinking.
Right.
Got constructioning, and then they're like, "Hey, we need a coach." He's like, "Oh, these kids saved me."
That's
Roll
a plot
credits.
of the Mighty Ducks.
You know what I mean?
no, it's crazy too though, because like if you're a high school athlete that like has a promising future, as soon as you get into like partying and boozing with your friends, it's funny like that all goes away. All the kids in the NBA and like NFL and shit now, those are the kids that had the wherewithal in high school to be like, you know what, I'm good.
Yeah.
I got something here. I'm gonna stick with
Garrett,
it.
that's where you went wrong.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I did all that stuff, and then I didn't end up in the NBA.
Yeah.
I had all the wherewithal in the world, and I was just like, I'm going to put it into academics.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Yep.
Too much into academics. Should be in the
Got
Western
into
Conference
Duke-
Finals right now with Ant.
Got into Duke without the basketball
I
scholarship.
did go
huh?
into Duke.
Yeah,
without the
yeah.
basketball. I did get into Duke without the basketball scholarship.
That was literally. I was making a joke, but at the same time, I was like, it's probably true. So.
That's true.
Yeah. You're smart and an athlete.
That is true. Student Athlete of the Year, 2013.
Look at that.
Along with Justin Finkel and Brooke Michelson.
Nice. Shout out to those guys.
Yeah.
We're shouting out a lot of your high school mates.
Let's see who else we can get. I'm
Yeah,
just
they
gonna
better
do
watch
it as
this
it comes-
goddamn episode now.
As it comes to me, yeah.
Yeah. So this fucking whatever Palestine movie.
It's an Israel movie.
Israel
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a West Bank movie.
Yeah, because I remember I saw this movie as a kid and I got the jokes of like the Jews and the Muzzies not getting along, but I didn't like put it together until I rewatched it. I was like, oh shit, like this was an Israel and Palestine movie.
It never processed, when I saw this as a kid as well, it never processed that it was a real world problem.
Yeah.
Until I went back and watched it
So here's the thing about
Saturday
the,
night.
Yeah.
Here's
Or
the thing
Sunday
about the high
night.
school I went to. It's called the Roper School. It's
No way.
What do you mean? So where are you going with this? Let's go here first.
Okay, I live 2 minutes away from.
Let's not give away the address.
If you want to kill me, I live in Troy. Come do it, please.
There you go.
Murder
Say
me.
Birmingham.
Blow my fucking head off. No, just north on Adams Road where it turns into Troy.
Gotcha.
And so I have had multiple, I don't want to say weird because that sounds negative, interesting experiences with kids from the Roper School.
Weird was correct. Weird was
Either
correct.
like, so one summer, I had like a Friday or a Thursday off because I went to Catholic school and it was like an All Saints Day or something.
Yeah.
And I was riding my longboard down Adams Road and I rode past the Roper School and there was a kid around my age, like in high school, 17, 18. And he stopped me as I rode past and he was like, "What are you riding?" I was like, "It's a longboard." And he was like, "Well, it's a skateboard, but it's different." And I was like, "Yeah, it's a longboard. Have you never heard of one of these?" And he was like, "No, like what's the difference?" And I was like, "Dude, like you don't know the difference between a longboard and a skateboard?"
You
And
just
he
like
was
pick
like,
your brain on that
No.
for like 15 minutes.
he stopped me for like 10 minutes and was
Yeah.
like, "So explain to me what's the difference in how it rides and
That's
the
not
wheels
all
and
of
this,
us.
that, and the
It's
other."
not all of us.
No, I'm getting that now. I've met you now, so I know.
It's not just like kind of spaced out autism spectrum people.
And
Although I
then-
would consider myself sort of like that, but not all the way.
This is also a bit
You're
of
the
a
basketball
chirp,
kind.
but no one in that family is ever going to watch this. I dated a girl, and her older brother went to the Roper School.
Last name,
What year did you graduate?
2013.
You wouldn't know.
Really?
He started high school in like 2013. Graduated in 2017.
I might know him. Depending on what
The last name is.
I'll censor.
Can we bleep? Okay.
All right.
Last name is.
Oh, I knew.
You know.
Yeah.
There's a
Like-
connection.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I think maybe sort of.
now that we give bleeped names, I won't say names anymore. But that kid
Yeah.
has the fattest ass I've ever seen on a dude in my life. I've never seen a male more caked up in my fucking life.
Fascinating.
And I dated his little sister for like a year and a half, Somehow,
Wait, how old are you? What the fuck?
I'm 23.
Okay, that makes sense. Jesus. How
Her
old are you?
ass
25.
Okay,
is smaller than his. Like I would watch.
I don't remember his ass.
I would be over at their house and I would watch her and him walk up the stairs next to each other.
You'd be
And
like, did
her
I make the
older
right decision?
Her older brother had a fatter ass than she did. How insane is that?
That is pretty wild.
Dudes are larger than
Yeah.
girls, though. So I'm
But
Typically.
dude butts don't fill out the same way that
Correct.
girl butts do.
Yeah.
Correct, that's
So
also
that's what threw me for a loop. Is like
You were smashing her from behind, and you were like imagining it was him.
I was straight up. I was like, can this be your brother right now?
Yeah.
Because that was also shout out the only chick I've ever dated who is into anal.
Oh,
So
there you go.
Nice.
You know,
So
if her older brother is too, then
yeah.
bang my
You said
line.
no one from that family is gonna watch this. There's a chance that someone in that family might watch this.
There
That's
is a
okay.
chance that
Yeah.
someone in said
cares?
family might.
But if they
watch
know
it.
what you're talking about, it's like, yeah, my daughter's ass is smaller than my son's
Everyone
ass.
in that family has a giant ass. It never
Except
made
for her.
sense to me.
Interesting.
No, hers was huge too. It just wasn't as big as her older brother's.
Oh, I was actually aware of with the Israel-Palestine. I don't know if you know the history of that school, founded by Holocaust survivors.
I did know that.
Yeah.
I knew it was like a Jewish school.
Kind of.
It started
Like,
as
yeah.
one.
Found,
Yeah.
It wasn't, no. It was founded by Jewish people
Oh, really?
for gifted children.
So okay.
if
I always
like
thought it
a
was started as a Jewish.
Third Reichy type stuff started happening in the States, all the gifted people would be all like woke, and they'd be like, no.
There you go.
It's like if Magneto was the Professor X,
Yes.
because he's a Holocaust survivor.
Yes.
And it's a gifted school.
Shout out Anna Marie Roper, also known as Magneto.
Yeah.
Apparently.
And
Honorary.
Magneto Roper.
Yeah.
There you go. And George. Both of them. That sounded mean to George, but either way.
Yeah.
So funnily enough, also about the Roper School.
I was just saying that to say that, like, I was aware of all that conflict stuff
Okay.
from just being aware of,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All that.
They taught. Yeah.
citizen of the world shit.
Yeah.
At least you didn't go to Frankel.
They beat us in basketball one time, but then we beat them.
Okay.
I dunked on them once in the same game.
So you were clearly the best player on the team at Roper.
Yeah,
I can't imagine there were a lot of kids that could hoop. at
Abe
Roper.
Hoshby would maybe push back on that a bit my senior year, but like he was decent. I mean, we both had like 20 points.
Okay.
District final game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Balling out.
Yeah.
And so correct me if I'm wrong, but Roper is a Division III.
Class D.
Class D, right? Okay, Class
Yeah.
D. That's what.
I can also just sit more like this
Yeah.
too. If
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
helpful.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's bad.
And so another funny story I have about the Roper School is the elementary school and middle school campus on M1.
Yeah,
there.
much better than the high school.
Yes. So they have those domed buildings there.
Yep.
And those are called like the Martin Luther King Jr. domes.
I do know that. I forgot
I-
for a second, but I remember now.
Yeah, those are referred to as the Martin Luther King Jr. domes. And I have a friend who grew up like kind of deep, like Oxford territory, like not very well versed and culturally versed. And so my older brother and I were driving him up M1 and we passed the Roper School campus and he was like, oh, no shit, Martin Luther King Jr. School. And my brother and I just kind of looked at each other and like, it was like this telepathic thing of like, oh, we're going to do a bit where we tell him that's a segregated black school. We were like, yeah, that's why those are the MLK domes, because they only let black people into that school. And to this day,
Nice.
every time he drives down M1, he'll send me a picture of the domes at the Roper School and be like, here's that weirdly segregated black school in Bloomfield. I'm like, that's very funny. You still think that.
He'll get corrected eventually. Maybe not. Not a big.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Not a
If
huge
he
student
goes
body.
his whole life
Yeah.
thinking
Yeah.
that, I will die a happy
Well, he has to
man.
be corrected at some point, or else the punchline doesn't land, right? Because or else he just dies thinking,
Right.
like, "Oh, that's weird."
No, I
oh,
think
that's
the,
weird.
The
Oh, that's
punchline
weird.
is still landing.
It's for you guys,
Right, yeah.
And when his death would be the punchline.
The fact that there's someone silly enough to believe that there is still
That's true.
a blacks only segregated
Yeah,
school
That's
in
true.
I like to imagine
Michigan,
like
specifically.
Yeah.
he goes on vacation and he like meets someone and he's telling them like, dude, you wouldn't believe it. Like back home in Michigan,
Yeah.
there's this fucking Martin Luther King segregated school. Like, dude, it's so crazy up in Michigan.
He's like on vacation in Georgia.
Yeah.
They're like,
And they'd be like, "No, that makes a lot of sense."
they're like, damn,
Of
tell
course
me
it is.
about it. I wish we had that down here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, we're also segregated in the world.
This is the West.
Also
Side.
segregated with this table.
That's
Yes.
true. Yeah. That's the black only side.
Yes,
of the
the
table.
colors only. Technically, shouldn't it be like kind of like? No. What would you consider yourself Caucasian?
No, but I don't really have a choice in that matter.
Exactly.
I don't even consider myself Caucasian.
What's your ethnic
being that I'm
background?
Native American.
What was that?
Native American.
Primarily?
Yeah, my grandmother's like off a reservation, so
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
But you were saying, Joseph.
This movie, it's they should call it "Sand People Be Tripping."
Sandler people be tripping.
Sandler people.
Saying people.
He's like the best agent in the entire Israeli army.
Yep.
To the point that he has like
Wait,
superpowers.
The
Yes.
Mossad, is that what it's called?
Mossad,
The
is that-
Mossad,
yeah.
yeah, I think. Because Gal Gadot
Yeah, that's right.
was in the Mossad.
She was a former Zohan.
Uh-huh.
Was she really that good?
I think it's, what do they call it?
Yeah.
Compulsory service?
Oh, but it's just called the Mossad, even just
I
period.
believe so, yeah.
Okay.
I think it's like the Israeli forces.
IDF, Israeli
yeah.
Defense Force.
It's also
yes.
known as the Mossad.
I believe
Mossad?
so? Or is
I
the
think that's-
Mossad like the CIA kind
I
of?
think that's like.
That's what I'm saying, because I think
That's my uncle's name.
Mossad?
I think Gal Gadot is probably just IDF.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I don't know the rules
Yeah,
or the
I
rankings.
really
I don't think Sandler does either. Like
If you did, it would be weird. Like if you had like all of the IDF like mapped out in your head, it'd be
Yeah.
kind of suspicious.
Yeah, I would have a
I'm not
couple
RFK
questions.
Jr. I don't. Yeah.
I don't have a brain worm
Yeah.
telling me what the IDF's all about.
But yeah, he's a party boy. He's like a super like gay but super straight guy.
Yeah, they gave him like European aesthetics.
Yeah,
He's
which is
gay for
weird.
pussy.
He's gay for
That's
pussy
a thing,
and
being
for hair.
gay for pussy. Yeah.
Yeah. And he's like obsessed with Mariah Carey, and he wears
So
like
good.
crop tops and like cuts hair. It's a weird thing because like that's, I don't know like what the if that's like a stereotype of like Israel. I know that like Tel Aviv is like the #1 like gay place in the Middle East.
I was gonna say, I think
Has to be.
Israeli people are a little.
the only one.
That's the only place it's
You
allowed.
can be gay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think Israeli people are a little inherently fruity.
Okay,
Interesting.
I don't doubt it, but I didn't know that that was like a thing.
I went to high school with a kid who was born and raised in Israel, Catholic. So he was like born and raised, in the Holy Land, as he called it. And then he moved here when he was like 12 or 13. So he spoke
Kind of faggy.
Hebrew. What is it, Yiddish or Hebrew? Or
Hebrew.
the same thing?
Hebrew.
Hebrew.
He
Yiddish
spoke
and
Hebrew
Hebrew.
and English, and like he wasn't Jewish, but he was fluent in Hebrew. And then he got over to America and just like wore 3-inch inseam shorts and never batted an eye about it, and like would crop his shirts a little bit and never batted an eye about it. So I think it is kind of like an inherent thing over there, where they're even the
fruity.
men are a little fruity. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's sort of the joke in the movie is that he wants, like, that's the whole plot is he wants to cut hair, but his parents, they call him a fagala, and they're not.
Oh, is that it's the juxtaposition? That's why they did it, I think, because it's like IDF. Oh, Mossad, super hardcore. But
Yeah.
what's this guy's soft spot? He is kind of like effeminate in that way. So I
Yeah.
think that's probably why they made it like
Yeah.
or Sandler or whoever made him.
But also everyone, like just everyone from the Middle East is a big fan of Mariah Carey. Like they have a Mariah Carey concert at the end, and like all the bros are like big into it.
Yeah, I don't know if she's that huge over there.
Yeah, I don't think.
I think
that
some of it might
a
be
bit.
fictionalized.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
That's
a lot
bit.
of like the Arabic or like the whatever language they speak is like obviously made up, and a lot of like the things they say, like there's the fizzy bubbly drink, and that's like sort of a joke. Is like, oh, do you want some fizzly bubbly? And
Yeah.
it's like a lot of and the hummus. They love the hummus.
Well, Israel took that to heart, and then they made the Soda Stream.
I'm sure that was a great joke, but I have no idea what that means.
That's just a real thing, right?
Okay, so the Soda Stream. You remember when this came out like 10,
Yes.
11 years ago? It was take any liquid you want and you can carbonate it.
No, I don't.
You've never seen one of these? It comes with like a reusable 2-liter
Oh,
bottle.
okay,
And
yeah.
you hook it up to this
Yeah, yeah,
machine and
I've
it
seen that.
fizzes it up and it carbonates it.
Yeah.
That's an Israeli company.
Oh no shit!
Soda Stream.
Wow.
So when you're like, oh, fizzly bubbly drink, which is a great bit in this movie, I think this movie may have influenced the SodaStream company to
unless
get
the
Kickstarter.
SodaStream came first.
Yeah,
that's what they were talking
movie
about.
was like
making
a
a
popular
joke about
thing.
it.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's one or the other, and I think now that you've
okay.
mentioned that, it clicked in my mind. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, maybe this movie is smarter than we thought it was.
I think it might
got
be.
some layers.
I think that might be a SodaStream joke.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's pretty cool.
Which is
And
awesome.
they never like actually expose it either. So that's
Right.
even, like,
And then when they say they love the hummus,
Yeah,
that's Sabra.
I mean, yeah, that's just
But Sabra, like the biggest hummus brand in the U.S.,
Uh-huh.
is also an Israeli-owned company.
yeah, but that makes more sense than the fizzily bubbly drink because it's like everybody knows that the
Yeah.
fucking, the sand people like their hummus.
Yeah.
of course.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
they brush their teeth with it.
I'm just thinking like a capitalist.
Sure, yeah, that's fine. This movie it's big against capitalism though,
It is. It's very
which is
big
surprising
against
for
capitalism.
Adam Sandler's Republican views.
Is he right?
He's Republican, yeah.
Huh.
Really?
That
He's one of those
strikes
secret
me-
celebrity Republicans.
That's wild. That does fit with like his mid-era movies, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rob
Which
Schneider's-
is where this movie comes from.
Rob Schneider is a huge. He like goes on Fox News and like talks about Trump all the time.
That I knew.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But Sandler is like low key about it because he knows that he'll lose his core audience.
Yeah.
Will he?
yeah, I guess like
What's his core audience?
yeah,
You
I
think
guess like middle class like white
you
American.
know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess maybe not.
I
Yeah.
think dudes in like their later 30s, early 40s, that's like Adam Sandler's core audience.
Yeah.
Because when he was like really getting
That
hot,
wa-
those,
that
those
was what
early
it
like
was.
Happy Madison movies.
I think it might be. I don't. Maybe he was a Democrat that turned Republican. Maybe like his core fan base, because you know how it's like there's articles that come out about like, oh, how your kids are going to start off like liberal and become conservative.
Yeah.
It might have been that sort of thing with him.
Yeah. And I think that's kind of where he's coming from at
Yeah.
this point.
Which I mean, like I don't care. Like,
I don't care
Yeah, like
either.
he's
But-
that's fine.
I don't care because I don't watch his movies, but yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Well, like you just said too, like
Not because he's Republican, but just 'cause,
Yeah.
like it's just.
I was raised in like an extremely liberal household, like to the bone. And I don't know, I'm getting a little older and I'm starting to see things a little
Yeah.
differently. And I'm not
Trying
gonna
to be like these, they're welcome in this country, but
no,
don't steal my job.
I see a video of Ron DeSantis nowadays, and I'm like, you know what? Maybe he's not wrong. No, I'm just kidding. But there are a lot of kids I know that were raised in like extremely liberal households, and then the old.
Well, I mean that makes
kids
sense
and
because
what
it's
they
extreme.
learned.
If you were like in an extreme right wing environment or an extreme left wing
Yeah.
environment, there's always that other side that has something to offer that makes some amount of
Right,
sense.
and you can scoop
You
back.
know, so
the
you're all
other
so
way.
the more
Yeah,
extreme you are on one side, the more there is going to be in the middle for you to move towards.
Right. Yeah,
Yeah.
I see that now.
yeah.
That's
Because
a good point.
I used to consider myself like pretty Republican, but now I don't really consider myself Republican at all.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much, like, I don't know.
What's
I
the
was-
word non-sect.
I've been pretty much like
Libertarian.
independent or like non-partisan, like even since middle school.
Yeah,
Because I remember in middle school, I was like, abortion, that seems kind of
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
yeah,
You know?
I think with that specifically, abortion, it's one of those things where it's like everybody in this room right now has a penis. We'll never be able to fully extend the we'll never be able to fully understand the ramifications of what it feels like to go through something like that.
Right.
And so, like, for us, it's easy to say, like, oh, well, if it's before 3 months and the fetus isn't fully developed, it's fine. Go ahead with it. But, like, for a woman to have an abortion at 2 months, it's like they still get postpartum depression and stuff like that. And it's still losing a child. And, not to get too racist here. And it's already an Israel-Palestine episode, but
We might as well
we don't
talk
need to
about
get into
Roe v. Wade.
abortion as well.
yeah,
You know what? Fuck them. Kill all the babies.
yeah. You know what? Adam Sandler should make a movie where he plays Roe, and
Adam Sandler should make a movie where he's an aborted fetus.
yeah, that'd be funny. Call it
Where am I?
But yeah. He's like all cooling in the womb. He's like
Yeah.
talking to all his friends on the phone.
Yeah.
He's like, "What's up, dude? I'm a baby." And then he gets murdered and he ends
Yeah.
up in hell. And he's like, "What the fuck?"
he ends up on Jeffrey Epstein's plate.
Plate?
Yeah,
What's that rumor?
because he's gonna eat him.
Oh, a whole. You can't get that much nutrition out of a fetus.
I don't know. You can eat the placenta and get a whole bunch of nutrition. So I
Can
I
you
think
actually?
you
Has
can-
that ever been scientifically proven?
Animals do it all the time. But
Are you
like,
questioning this right now?
Yeah.
People do
Yeah,
it.
You know the
People
science
do
behind
it.
It's
I know people do
The
it.
nutrition.
filled with protein. Filled.
So
I mean, it's
Eat a fucking
meat, so
protein
of course
bar.
it is.
Yeah, but it's
eat
like
some fucking chicken breast.
It's
I
just
don't
just a bunch of vasculature that attaches the fetus to the mom,
yeah.
essentially.
And then
Like
it's-
carries the waist out. It's like on the other end of your belly button when you're inside.
I don't know.
the womb.
For me, it's like a
Having eaten.
if I could
placenta.
eat my son's foreskin after he was circumcised, I
That'd be
would.
pretty hot.
You know,
Really?
It's that connect. No, fuck no.
That seems so authentic.
First of all, my son will not be circumcised. Second of all, even if he was, no.
It's great acting right there.
It's just
There you
like
go.
that. It's that visceral
that's that
connection that you
parent
get with
bond.
somebody. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's like when you eat a girl out on her period. It's like,
Yeah.
well, now we're here. Now we're in it.
Yeah.
We're really in this shit. You know, can't go back now.
Vampire.
Yeah,
Period blood and placenta are not too far apart.
it's yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Dude, I hope my girl lets me eat the placenta. I can only pray.
yeah. You tell the doctor like, hey, hang on to that.
Hold on to that motherfucker.
Yeah.
I got the Weber grill going out back.
Yeah.
Yeah, you pull out
People do it though. People do it today.
People make it
Yeah.
into like smoothies and shit. There's like a
I
whole
don't
new
know
science
why.
behind
It's
it.
it's
You pull out a
one
George
meal.
Foreman
It's
grill.
not gonna be that beneficial. We're not like.
Oh no, like the people who like make it into smoothies and shit. What they'll and I don't. Okay, nobody quote me on this because I could be wildly misleading everybody.
This is the
But from,
perfect place to say that then.
Yeah.
but from what I understand, there is a way now for you to almost like
Culture.
divvy it up.
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, it's just like a.
They
it's-
use AI
It's
to
on a
clone
wall
it.
against the rest of the uterus, so it's like
Right.
you can, like in like
Yeah,
a flank steak or whatever,
but-
if you wanted to do that.
But what I'm trying to say is like you can almost like there's a way now that they have it where you can like get it into like a dried powder or something, and
yeah,
you can
but
like
still,
scoop
it's only
it into
it's
a
only,
smoothie
it's
every
only,
morning.
I know, but it's still going to last you for like what no more than a month.
Yeah,
You
that
just-
won't last you very
Then
long.
you just pump out another one.
Yeah,
Like, that's
true.
what babies are for. The
Yeah.
placentas, I guess.
But I have like 19 kids just because I get
Just for
addicted
the
to eating
placenta.
placentas.
Just giving them all to childcare.
If I'm not
me
like
another
baby.
eating placenta, I'm emaciated and deteriorated.
That's a
you
horror
can
movie
just
right
buy
there.
Placenta.
For animal placentas, I bet.
Sniffner.com, probably the place to do that.
Yeah.
Same place you
Or
can buy me and
maybe,
Joseph
like-
used T-shirts.
Yeah. No, you could just turn like fully pro-life, and you're like, listen, you just got to hang on a bit longer. And then she has the baby, and then you eat the placenta. And
I eat the placenta and we immediately give the baby up for adoption.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying. Yeah, foster care.
yeah.
Being a Nick Cannon style guy where you love getting women pregnant, but you don't want to raise the kids, you just want to eat the placenta.
You time it so that way you have a baby
Nick
every
Cannon is a
month.
testament to like how little child support actually costs. He's got like so many baby mamas. He's doing fine, it seems, financially.
I don't
Is he
think
doing
it's a
fine
testament to how little care costs.
Child support.
Child support. I think it's a testament to that the percentage of child support isn't well skewed.
I think it's a testament to how well Wildin' Out does.
Maybe.
There you go.
Maybe.
Because I think
I don't know who the fuck watches Wildin' Out still.
I watched it for a second.
any man I've ever met in my life who makes less than like $80,000 a year and has
Oh, no,
to pay
fuck
child
that.
support hates child support. Nick Cannon makes $5-10 million a year. I
Right.
think that's why he's not sweating child support.
And I guess child support doesn't scale with like how much you make.
Right.
Gotcha.
From what I understand, at least.
Yeah.
I think it does. I think it does have to do with your income.
Interesting.
But even then, if it does have to do with your income, taking 10% of an income at $80,000 feels a lot less.
Because you don't need that much to live off of.
Right.
left over.
Exactly.
You've
Yeah.
got millions.
So if it's 10% for someone who makes
Maybe
60
he's
grand a year,
just
10%,
doing Wildin' Out and then just going home to his like studio.
yeah.
Does he still make me? Oh, speaking of Mariah Carey,
Hey.
there we go.
There we found it.
Yeah,
Wait, they have a kid together?
they were married.
Yeah.
Oh,
They were married for a while.
I'm not up on the Nick Cannon lore. Sorry.
Really?
Lore.
I thought that was like a well-known thing. Was that she
It
like,
is. I
left
think it is.
him?
Yeah. And then he supplemented the lack of Mariah with several
With
baby
babies?
mamas.
Yeah.
Ah, okay. So this all started after the Mariah split, then?
No, I think they were together when this movie came out.
No, I'm saying the whole Nick
The baby
Cannon having
thing?
children
Oh, I
with
don't know.
87
Yeah,
different
I
women.
don't know when that.
Or maybe it started with Mariah, and that's
Maybe.
why they broke up.
I don't know if she has any children.
I wouldn't be surprised if she does.
Yeah.
With Nick Cannon.
So he wants to be a hair cutter. He fakes his death by John Turturro, who he's not browning it up, but he's kind of browning it up.
Yeah, he's Italian enough, so he doesn't really need.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
like an ethnic browning it up.
Yeah.
They didn't
Yeah,
actually.
and his
they didn't
voice.
put anything on his face, but he's
Right.
definitely
Yep.
going for it. Yeah,
They could have just cast me. I don't know.
that's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
They
You'd
could-
have to
yeah.
brown up more than John
Find a
Yeah,
Turturro.
I
nice-
would have to brown up.
Find a nice American.
Nobody would buy
boy.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's plenty of them with like curlier hair and fairer skin than you
Yeah.
even.
I liked all like the supporting crew of like all the like the Israeli boys who like Adam Sandler has a little sidekick who always has a toothpick and he's like,
Yeah.
"Come on, man, you just got to go play some hacky sack." Oh, you know.
That guy rocks.
Yeah, he was a good character. He was kind of annoying at first. I was like, "Damn, I really hate like this guy's accent," but it was like kind of funny. It's I liked him.
Well, I said this probably like 6 or 7 episodes ago, and I got hate for it. The Israeli accent just kind of sounds like they're a little slow.
Did you say that a couple episodes ago?
Yeah, we were. It was literally at the old studio.
Oh,
I think we were still filming at the old studio, and I said something about how Gal Gadot kind
Oh,
of
she just
sounds
sounds
retarded.
retarded.
Yeah, and then you were like, "What makes you say that?" And I was like, "Well, all Israeli people kind of sound retarded." And I got a lot of flack for that one,
Yeah.
but you know.
Because of their accent, not
Literally,
because
yeah,
they're
just because of
Israeli.
the accent. It's
Yeah.
the same
Yeah.
way that people say like Midwest accent sounds retarded. I don't care.
Interesting.
I don't take offense to that.
yeah. Wow, what's the most retarded sounding? Maybe the Southern accent.
So what I say, bagel with a hard A.
Bagel.
Suck my dick.
trying to think.
Yeah.
The most slow accent, because I don't want to say retarded, even though I just did. I'm not sure. I don't think it's one that. There's no good answer to this because if you
No.
say anything outside of America, you're a racist.
Right. So then
Well,
just
you can say
pick an
Cockney.
American accent.
Yes, if you say anything from outside of like a Western country, you're a racist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
You could
it's
say
like-
Russian, no problem.
So then you have to pick between like East Coast Boston guy or like
I'll be the
Southern
one to say
accent.
Vietnamese.
West
So
Coast.
specific.
That like West Coast surf bro accent is very retarded.
That's still an
too.
accent.
To a degree, I think. I think people with like born and
No,
raised in
yeah,
California
yeah.
still speak with.
I
a
feel
certain
like the
drawl
Midwest
to them.
accent is the most normal accent,
Oh, it's
It-
extremely.
yeah.
nasally.
but it's the most
It's not.
understanding.
I don't think it's that. Well, mine's not that nasally.
Mine's kind of nasally, but that's because I have the deviated sep.
I think out of everybody in this room, I probably have the worst Midwest accent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Accent.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But that's because you grew up around white folk.
that's true.
I did too. What did you? I mean,
I did too, but
I was gonna say, I went to Roper
Yeah.
school.
yeah, but he's black. I'm Chaldean.
I also
so-
grew
No,
up,
it's
I also
true.
grew up
I
around
get what
black
you're
people.
saying.
I also
I get
grew up
what you're
around black
saying.
people though.
Yeah.
So.
Like you grew up around people with Iranian accents to a degree. Like yeah. And I grew up around people that say milk.
yeah.
Milk.
So,
Yep.
Yeah.
So,
Milk.
but I do think the Midwest accent is like the most
It
understandable.
is. That's
accent.
why they had like all these call centers in like Kansas City or whatever because it's the most universally comprehensible accent.
And now all the call centers are in Dubai and
Dubai.
Or sorry, no, what's
Mumbai.
Mumbai.
Yes, there you go.
Something
Dubai,
that
Dubai.
ends, now all of
fucking
the call
centers.
centers are in something that ends in "by" because
Yeah.
we are all bi.
There you go.
Yeah, Dubai
Save
call
that.
center would be very.
That'd be
expensive.
crazy. A
Yeah.
Dubai
Yeah.
call center would go crazy.
Yeah.
Probably afford to hire one of those guys. Be very inefficient.
What else happened? So he comes to America. Chris
Yep.
Rock is his Jamaican taxi driver.
Does Chris Rock do a Jamaican accent?
He does do a Jamaican accent.
Does he do it well?
No, it's
Eh.
just Chris Rock. Do you do a Chris Rock impression?
Man, I don't do a Chris Rock impression.
That's not
Chris
bad.
Rock does a Garrett House impression.
That's
Okay.
actually really
Yeah,
good.
that's pretty
That
good.
was really good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now.
Okay, now go slap my wife. or
Talk about her
yeah, talk about my
alopecia.
wife and I'll come
Alopecia.
slap you.
There you
I
go.
had it
That's what it
backwards.
is,
Yeah.
Or go
Wagwan.
slap my wife. Shit, I don't
Yeah.
care.
There you go.
Wagwan.
Yeah. So he.
I didn't think of Chris Rock. I didn't think Chris Rock had like the accent range to like walk up and get into a town like Wagwan. My name is
Yo,
Chris
bomba
Rock.
clad.
Yeah, bomba clad. Israeli.
I didn't think Chris Rock could be Jar Jar Binks.
Oh, but the thing is that wait, were they friendly?
Who?
Chris
Like,
Rock and
no, like in the movie, were they friendly?
Yeah, Chris
Yeah,
Rock is
yeah.
only in one scene.
They shouldn't be.
he's the taxi
Jamaicans
driver.
don't
They
like
get along.
Jamaicans don't like Jewish people
well.
because of the Rastafari shit.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that actually.
But
makes a ton of
Sandler's
sense.
pretending he's from Australia in the movie. That's the joke.
Then that's the only reason. That's the only way that works.
It's like, oh yeah, I came here from Australia to have a better life. And then Chris Rock is like, oh man, I came here to raise money for my family and send it home to them. And he's like, oh, how's that going? And he's like, they're all dead. Like that.
Yeah, that's
That
a good
was the
scene.
joke. Yeah.
Why would they all be dead?
Yeah, I saw this like 10 years ago, and then I watched it again, like hammered on Saturday night,
Yeah.
so or Sunday night, whatever.
I was
night
hanging
it
out with Garrett on Saturday night.
Ayo.
Yes, we were. Yes,
Where
we
at?
were. Old Detroit
Burger Bar.
Clawson.
Saturday night.
ODB
Old Detroit Burger Bar.
in Clawson on
Yep.
14 Mile.
Pauly
Come see some
Pepitone.
of the
Hosting.
funniest local
Garrett
stand-up
House.
comedians.
Ryan Brown sometimes.
Yeah.
Me most nights. Fucking who
Brittany
else?
Elias. Some.
Brittany
Yes.
Elias sometimes.
Yes, sometimes.
Ben Cheek. The whole crew.
Noah Chap.
Noah Chap.
Brandon Mullins.
There we go.
Yeah.
I've
Ladies
only
and
seen
gentlemen,
that
these are
once, but
some
yeah.
of the funniest comedians you can see for free in Southeast Michigan.
At the Old Detroit Burger Bar.
So you might as well come do it
9
9
p.m. I
p.m.,
believe.
1
Yep.
p.m.
9 p.m.
every
1 a.m.
Saturday.
Yeah.
14 Mile, Clawson. Be there. Be square.
So this movie.
Beware.
Beware.
Where
Garrett, I'm gonna
will
race
the
Garrett
London-
there on Saturday.
Yeah, that was crazy. Paul thought he could beat me in a foot race. He still thinks he still wants to race me. He's like, yeah, I wouldn't have done these. She's like, I'll race him barefoot on concrete and beat him.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I don't know if little
Barefoot on
Italian men
concrete is
know
my
this.
favorite way to run.
yeah,
It hurts, but
but I'll still beat him.
We gotta do it. Yeah.
I'll Crocs, flip flops. It does not matter.
throw them bitches.
I
in
don't think
sport
I could
mode.
beat you in a race.
Paul
but I
is
want
50
in
years
on that
old, by
race.
the way. Paul is 50 years old. For those
51
who-
years old.
51 years old for those who don't know who Paul Pepitone is.
Yeah.
I will say this:
It's the guy who was on this podcast.
He was.
So just look at him and then look at me and think who.
go watch the Jack Kevorkian episode.
Yeah. If you watch the Jack
Shout out,
Kevorkian episode,
Dr. Dust. You know Pauly P.
and you see that guy,
Yeah, just make a little survey at the bottom.
yeah, who would win in a race?
Foot race.
This tiny Sicilian man,
whose legs are a quarter of the size of Garrett's
yeah,
entire body,
or a 6'4" basketball player.
It's a toss up.
who is still in like proper athletic shape, by the
Yeah.
way, comparatively
Yeah,
to
but
Pauly.
Paulie's always wearing track pants, so you don't know what to think with
This
this
is
guy.
true.
What
Pauly
are
can-
these?
at-
What do you call these? Joggers?
Joggies, yeah.
Yeah.
I think track pants have to have the stripe on the side and they can't
Right.
be tapered at the
Adidas.
bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's always ready to go.
Yeah.
He's wearing his Nike turtleneck. his
Dude,
track
Half the
pants.
time I'm wearing this because I go there after work. So
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
literally.
You would think Pauly is like a personal trainer the way he dresses three
Yeah.
quarters of the time.
The way
He like
he's-
runs an all gay Pilates class.
Friend of
That's
the
his
show, Paul
fit
Pepitone.
every day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a good look.
No, it's a
Don't
good-
get
he
me
rocks
wrong.
it.
He kills it.
yeah.
But if you just saw him on the street, you would be like, that guy runs a cycling
He does coach
class.
football. He does coach
Yeah, he
football.
coaches little boys football.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not a Pilates class for
Not Pilates.
explicitly gay dudes.
Yeah.
Explicitly gay. I like abrasively gay. That was the guy who's taught me stand up.
Abrasively gay.
Guy who's taught me stand up was abrasively gay comedian Mehran Kagani.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know.
He's at the Comedy Cellar in New York doing shows.
Oh,
right
wow.
now.
Shit.
He got a
He's big up.
oh yeah they mentioned him on Flagrant.
Oh shit.
No
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
Well,
I
shout out to...
was like, I know that guy. He told me how to do stand
Wait,
up.
who's?
Mehran Kagani. I think
Was he a local guy?
no. I mean, this was when I was at MIT.
Oh, okay.
He did
Oh,
the
yeah.
workshop there. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I forgot. Like, I want to go to Boston so I can because I hear the comedy scene there is like.
Yeah.
Is that where you started?
Pretty much.
Okay.
Pretty
How
much.
old were you when you started?
I mean, I took my first thing at like 19 or 18, like the workshop at
Yeah.
MIT, and then I didn't really start doing open mics there until I got a job out there after I moved back from moving back home, getting a job back out there. So
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, 2019.
Okay.
Yeah, 20.
So you went to MIT.
I did.
Holy shit.
Correct.
Is that the school that's in...
All the movies.
No,
town?
specifically the movie. Not the town, the other Affleck one where he has Robin Williams.
Oh, Goodwill Hunting.
Is that where
That's
they
ho-
go?
That's Harvard. No, this is MIT.
Is
I
that
think it is
MIT?
I think it is.
I think it is MIT as well.
I think.
Same thing.
Did you have any janitors solve any math problems for
Yeah.
you?
Did you guys just leave math problems on chalkboard?
Yeah.
Just hope and pray.
When we had like problem sets we couldn't solve, we just like put them up, and like sometimes it'd be like a Saint Nicholas thing. They leave like a clementine under the door or whatever too.
You come back the next
Very good
day.
janitors, underrated janitors at MIT. Yeah.
Well, because I
Get
feel like
paid
when that movie was made, being a janitor was still like a low class white boy job. Nowadays, being a janitor is like a job for Eastern European immigrant ladies in their 50s.
Mhm.
So
We got to remake Good Will Hunting.
we got to remake
Yeah.
Good Will Hunting with like a 50-year-old Ukrainian woman that speaks no English, and her Robin Williams will be Sarah Silverman.
Sure.
There we go.
I almost sprung into it. I just think that you need a little more belief in yourself. That's kind of Sarah
That's
Silverman.
pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good.
You know?
Garrett, famous for
Yeah.
his impressions. I
Folks.
watched
Let
your
me be
Obama prank call.
Oh.
Yeah.
What'd you think?
It was a pretty good prank call.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Let me be clear.
Let me be perfectly clear. I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
Jesus, that's spot on, dude. Holy fuck.
Thank you.
Guys, check out Garrett's Obama prank call.
Oh, yeah. Real Obama prank call. Still 500,000 views on YouTube.
Yeah. You have
Fuck yeah.
way more views than we have.
Yeah.
That's why I brought you on this episode.
Yeah. I'll plug you guys too. All I post on that account now is like, I did like, I got like a couple shorts on there of me just doing random impressions. I was thinking about doing like, Norm Macdonald, it's Norm Macdonald had a farm, EIO.
It's not bad.
Yeah, it's not bad.
I like it.
Yeah. But I have one like Mark Norman rapping. I've got like a John Mulaney one up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've been
Couple
doing
shorts.
the Sam Morril and the Mark Norman.
Yeah, so Sam Morrill's kind of sounds like this. It's borderline Will Arnett, but not quite.
Yeah.
I'm a Jew.
Yeah.
So you have a separate Will Arnett?
Yeah, it's kind of faster. Yeah, right? You know, it's kind of like the same gravelly voice, but he just speaks like this.
Oh my god.
Arrested Development.
You're perfect.
You just speed up Sam Morril. That's all you got to do. It's that simple. Why don't you understand? Will
That
Arnett.
kills. Because I just like 2 weeks ago watched the Michael Bay Ninja Turtle movies, and Will Arnett is
Plays Vern.
April O'Neil's cameraman Vern. Yeah, and he's
Vern Troyer.
awesome in those movies. Yeah, he plays Vern Troyer. How'd you know?
Yeah.
They cut Will Arnett at the knee
Yeah.
and made him play Vern
Davis
Troyer.
had- Made him play Vern Troyer. Yeah.
This deep gravelly voice, people.
Yeah. Can you do an Adam Sandler impression?
I can do one based on like just the shit I did already, but like
Oh, okay.
not like anything like specific because I don't know enough of the lines. Like I know he screams a lot.
Yeah.
You said,
Howard! No. Oh, no!
"Oh,
Oh,
no,
no.
yeah," because he's Howard.
He's Howard,
Yeah.
Oh, no!
You could say like,
I gotta get to the fucking basketball game. Oh, no!
The fucking best, kind of like that, right?
yeah. You could say like, "Get in the hole, go home. Why don't you want to be home?"
Get in the hole. He like, but he screams, but he like enunciates every
Yeah.
consonant.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wasn't a big
part of
fan
it.
of that movie when it came out, but like now, I kind of like it. I didn't like it because I didn't like all the hype around it.
Happy
which-
Gilmore?
No, Uncut Gems.
Oh.
Yeah.
Gems.
I was like, we weren't alive when Happy Gilmore
Yeah, no.
came out.
That might have
'cause-
been. I don't know.
But looking back on it, it's a good movie.
That movie rocks.
Yeah.
The best part about that movie is that,
When he
It's-
dies at the end.
yeah,
Yeah.
but it's written.
Oh, spoiler alert.
Sorry.
The entire movie
not
is
gonna watch
written
it.
around the Eastern Conference Finals in the NBA.
Yeah.
And it follows that year's Eastern Conference Finals like perfectly into a T.
Yeah.
From the box scores to how many games it went to, like how players performed, who was on each team. Like there's a scene where Adam Sandler is like, it's because it's like Sixers Celtics, I think, and it's
Yeah.
like 2014 is when I believe it's supposed to take place, or when the middle of that Celtics run when they had KG and all those guys,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and
Paul Pierce and
Ray Allen and Rondo and Big Baby. But it's just like the way that movie is pitched, and it takes place over the course of a 7-game basketball series, and everything has to do with that basketball series. And like you hear him talking about like Elton Brand went for 8 rebounds in the last game. He's not getting to 10, this next game. And like,
then he does or something.
right.
Yeah.
And they literally bring up the box scores from what actually happened in that Eastern Conference Finals, and it's so cool.
It was supposed to
see.
start Kobe, I believe. And
it was going to be a Western
around
Conference Finals thing. Yeah.
But yeah, when they couldn't get him and they filmed it with
KG.
Kevin Durant, like
Kevin Garnett.
Sorry. They had they completely rewrote it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it before or after Kobe died?
It was before.
It was before,
he's
yeah.
still
And it
together.
He
came
died
out
at the beginning of 2020. This movie came out in 2019.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it was going to be.
First they
and I read
couldn't
that.
get him in, they really couldn't.
It
get
was
him.
going to be based off the Kobe Dirk Mavericks Western Conference Finals of the same year. Yeah. Because I think what it was the 2008 NBA Finals in which the Celtics beat the Lakers and they won their one and only championship within the last X amount of years,
Gotcha.
Yeah. So shout out Josh Safdie. We miss
Shout
you,
out
bud.
the Safdie brothers. Their first movie's really good too. Good Time. You seen that one?
Oh, that wasn't
I
like a
have to do that.
Sandler centric production?
No.
Uncut Gems? He just got cast in. Okay.
Yeah. And so that's by the Safdie brothers.
Yeah.
And their first movie is called Good Time. It stars Robert Pattinson and this autistic kid. And the autistic kid is amazing in it.
It's not an autistic kid.
He's not actually autistic.
He's acting?
That's Benny Safdie.
Wow.
Mind equals
He had to
blown.
be fully convinced he was retarded.
No.
Those are two different things, though.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah. You didn't know that?
No, Joseph, I didn't know that. Considering I just made myself look retarded by not knowing that.
Yeah.
No, I
Ba-dum,
didn't.
Tish.
By
pal.
believing that the director of the
You wanna
movie
ask me
plays
one
a
more
retarded
time?
guy.
I think you made Ben.
Ask me again
I think
if I
you,
actually knew that.
I think you just made Ben Shafty look like a really good
Played a
actor.
retarded guy in the movie.
Hey,
You know what, Joseph? I am retarded. I've said it multiple times in this
It's a coming out
So,
podcast.
Yeah. He's out of the closet, guys.
Yeah.
He's like Tom Cruise.
That's hilarious, actually, because people come out as autistic, but nobody ever comes out in their 20s or 30s, but nobody ever comes out as retarded when they're an adult.
oh, I fully have. I'm fully retarded.
Yeah.
I'm beyond being just everyone's like, oh, everyone's on the autism spectrum nowadays.
Yeah.
No, I'm actually retarded.
Because, autism isn't linked to IQ, actually. So, like retardation or whatever you want to it's the medical term is, I don't know what it is at this point. It's not, because those are two different
No,
things.
retard is back.
It's back,
you
yeah.
can
So,
say
Back, baby.
Yeah.
yeah, so mental
Retard's back,
retardation,
baby.
mental retardation is strictly speaking IQ as far as I
Oh
can
yeah.
understand.
Yeah, there are people who are on the autism spectrum, far deep down on the autism spectrum with a 140 IQ.
Or a 60.
Yeah.
To be on the other end of that IQ
Yeah.
spectrum.
But
IQ is a spectrum. Everybody is on the retardation spectrum because everybody has an IQ.
Right. But
Everybody's
if
on
you're
the genius
actually-
spectrum as well.
If you're me and you're actually retarded, it's a whole different story.
Right.
Yeah. If you can watch Uncut or Good Time and be
Uncut
like,
penis.
if you can watch Good Time and
Good
be like,
penis.
that guy has retardation.
Yeah.
And then 2 years after seeing the movie, be told that it's the director's younger brother and he's not actually retarded, and you're,
Or he's just a good actor. That's what acting does, right?
I guess.
You don't know, you know. It's like that kid you told about the MLK domes.
Yeah, that's
There you
true.
go.
I don't know.
Sort of thing.
He should play in Good Times too.
Leonardo DiCaprio did a phenomenal job in What's Eating Gilbert Grape, and I never once stopped and thought, hey, is that guy actually retarded?
Probably because, I don't know. I was going to say because this is another controversy. I was saying because Leonardo DiCaprio is so handsome, but that makes it seem like
Child in
I'm...
that movie.
You can't be handsome and
Exactly.
retarded.
Which
Look
I
at
also
me.
do
I'm
want
a
to...
perfect example.
Oh, I thought you were going because he was a child in that movie. You can't think
No.
a child is handsome.
Or what do you call a handsome child? I don't know. Cute?
Yeah,
Whatever
he's
the-
handsome.
He's a cutie
Yeah.
boy. He's a cutie patootie.
I don't know. There's beautiful children.
Beautiful children.
You can't call them sexy.
No, that's not allowed.
That's one. that I
Leonardo
wouldn't use.
DiCaprio.
No.
in
Not even when they're
Gilbert Grape.
17.
His sexy, his chapped ass lips and his messy ass hair.
You know who does call children sexy?
Uh-oh.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah.
basically, yeah.
If you rewind the clock about 10 years on every girl he's dated in the past decade, yeah.
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 You know who is actually really hot in that movie though? Is Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp's hot in every movie though.
He's on everything.
Sure.
Even Pirates.
Johnny Depp is even hot when he has a girl taking a shit on his bed first thing in the morning.
He was just like, I can't believe you've done this.
Yeah. And then he Jack Sparrow runs out of the room. Yeah. He's like, Amber, I'm leaving. And he did a little gay run out of the room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
the sparrow.
He could still get his legs going. He was doing that run too. He was
Oh
moving.
yeah, he was pumping.
Tom cruising it.
Yeah.
Tom cruising.
Okay, so Adam Sandler arrives in America.
Chris Rock, Jamaican.
Chris
in the
Rock, Jamaican.
taxing.
He
gets-
goes to work for Paul Mitchell.
Tries to.
Yeah. Fails. He goes. His buddy is like, "Oh, go work for that Palestinian bitch across the street," and he's like, "I could never," but he does
Because she's hot.
because she's hot, and he fucks all the old ladies.
Oh yeah, I think I remember that.
Yeah,
part.
that's a great.
That's his whole thing.
Why is that like the
My
one
life.
visual part I kind of remember of this movie from watching it? Probably because it's so like seared into my brain. Like
Yeah, and it also just makes you want to like be a sugar baby.
I don't think I was old enough to conceptualize that when I was watching it.
When I watched it on Saturday, I was like, I could do this and make money off this.
Yeah, Nick Swartzen is like a loser boy that he meets, who lives with his mom.
It's a guy who doesn't get a lot of work anymore.
Well, because Adam Sandler's making movies that don't star Nick Swartzen.
That's true.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, literally, yeah. Uncut Gems didn't need a Nick Swartzen in it. Yeah.
I don't think the Safdie brothers were like, guys, we really need Nick Swartzen to play.
They're like, Adam, call your friend.
Yeah.
We need a rambunctious, like spontaneous,
5 foot
flamboyant,
guy.
Yeah.
blonde, kind of chubby white
Yeah.
comic.
Yeah.
Cute, but kind of chubby. Yeah.
And you know, which
Also
chubby-
straight somehow.
Yeah, it's true.
It's
Despite all the gay
Pretty
adjacent
surprising.
characters he plays.
Yeah.
Adjacent.
And does a good job of it as well.
Very convincing.
And Adam Sandler, chubby friend who appears in this movie, Kevin James, has a cameo towards the end. He's watching the hacky sack game with John McEnroe, and I was like, that's a random cameo.
The John McEnroe cameo is good too, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He like rips off his shirt and he's
Yeah.
like going crazy for the hacky sack.
It's very, very McEnroe. I
Yeah.
liked it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a big tennis fan, but I am a fan of John McEnroe.
Wait, this is a tennis player?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
he
was
was,
a famous
uh,
tennis player back in the 80s.
He was like America's tennis
Oh,
player.
that's random
Yeah.
as
Because
hell.
tennis has always been dominated.
See,
by
I
a
mean,
lot
when
of
if I
foreign
hadn't
people.
like heard that, I wouldn't have known that guy was who was in that scene was even like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was like famous for like getting cited like for swearing and like cursing and
He would
breaking
bash
his racket.
and yell at the refs.
He's
Shit.
fucking a
Very
baller.
rambunctious.
Where Serena took her inspiration from. Serena Williams.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she never went as hard with it as he did. But he,
Yeah, you got to throw on some McEnroe highlight tapes.
He would get
Gotcha.
like thrown out of matches and shit, and like asked to leave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What a competitor.
Oh yeah.
Shia LaBeouf played him in a movie a few years ago.
That tracks.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you
And he hated the movie. He's like, he did a
McEnroe did?
horrible
Got
job.
kicked out of the
Yeah.
theater. Ripping up the
I
chairs
don't know
and
if
shit.
you saw this, but
Throw a tennis racket at the screen.
they're re-releasing McEnroe's old signature tennis shoe with Nike
Oh, I know where you're
under
going
the
with this.
Travis Scott line
Yeah.
on Nike.
Cactus Jack.
It's like a Cactus Jack Nike.
Yeah.
And
So random.
It's for the John McEnroe, the old shoe that they're now re-releasing.
I know, but like under a Travis Scott line.
yeah,
It's very
and
random.
him and Travis Scott did a bit where they were on like a Zoom meeting with a bunch of Nike executives.
Yeah.
And it was for an ad campaign. And when the footage of it first released, everyone was like, "Yo, John McEnroe's a spaz. He needs to chill out." But they did it for marketing purposes.
Yeah.
And it's basically Travis Scott comes in and says something about the shoe and how he wants it to look, and then John McEnroe just loses it. And there's like 12 Nike executives on the Zoom call, and their faces are all just like,
Well, because he wants to call it Cactus Mac,
"Yeah."
but Travis wants to call it
Cactus Jack. And he's like, "I'm John McEnroe. It's Cactus Mac." And he's like spazzing out about it. And it was all for
It's
marketing.
convincing enough that it.
Yeah.
Nice.
Because that was his character.
you would have
too.
bought it if you didn't know it was a bit.
Exactly.
There you go.
Well, at first when I saw it, I didn't think it was a bit. And when it first got released, everyone was like, "Is this a bit? Is this not? Is he actually mad?" Like, and then the shoe released, and they were like, "Oh,
Yeah.
they did exactly what they wanted to. They got everyone to talk about it."
Yeah. Shout out John McEnroe. He should come on this pod.
Yeah. If you're watching this, John McEnroe, you're a legend, and we love you.
Yeah. Even though we're not tennis fans. Did you see that tennis movie, that Zendaya
The
tennis
new horny
movie?
one.
That I can't watch movies anymore. I watched them and then like I was trying to watch Lawrence of Arabia for that last podcast you did.
Yeah.
But like that, I don't think if it's. I think first off, I do think it's all movies. I don't know what happened, but with that one, I was just like, this is just like Zendaya in fucking Euphoria. Like watch these young adults pretending to be even younger adults get it on.
Getting horny and
Yeah.
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 I did not see.
But like there was another scene. There was another scene in that movie that they have in the trailer where it's like the same type of bullshit where they like I was complaining about with the Juancho Hernan Gomez.
Oh yeah.
Where it's just like like the writing isn't convincing enough. It's too dramatized, and I'm just like, that's taking me out of it.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
You know?
Yeah, that's how I feel about Euphoria too. Because like I've never seen it, but I've seen clips online, and I'm like, damn, dude, like nobody talks like this. Like,
Well, also like we were all in high school at one point. It's never that serious.
yeah.
Also, somewhat
But also,
controversial.
we all went to private school, so we don't know.
Yeah.
I spent a lot of time around public
Okay.
school kids, but I guess I grew up in an area where the public school wasn't like a bad public school. It was still a very well-off public school. So.
My public school closest to me and my house would have been Southfield Lathrop.
Oh, okay.
I should have gone there for basketball, honestly. Would have been better off. Cheaper. Controversial take on Zendaya. Beautiful. Not sexy.
No, she's not. I don't think so.
Well, I wouldn't even.
I would, but
You wouldn't even like have sex with her.
No.
fascinating.
I wouldn't either because I'm a married man.
I wouldn't because Tom Holland's the dude.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to cuck Tom Holland.
Right.
But also, no, I don't know.
Would I wanna
it's the
cuck
same thing
Tom
with Sydney
Holland?
Sweeney. I think the reason I don't want to fuck them is because literally every other person on planet Earth does, and I find that unattractive.
Sydney Sweeney. What's she? I know the name. I know
Blonde,
the tits.
giant
I
tits.
know the
Also,
tits.
Euphoria.
Oh, Euphoria. Okay,
Yeah.
that's okay.
Yeah.
She was in White Lotus.
She
the
was in
first season of
Spider-Woman.
White Lotus.
Okay.
She was in
She's in
I don't even know.
Anyone
I don't.
know
I don't. I
Don't
don't even
Worry,
know. I
Darling,
said I know the
right?
tits. I know she's known for her.
Oh no, that's the
For-
Harry
for her
Styles
breasts.
one, right?
Yeah, that's
yeah.
Florence Pugh.
Florence Pugh.
Florence Pugh.
She gets her box munched.
Yeah.
That's a hot scene.
I didn't think it was that spicy. I was excited for it.
How do you? I'm trying to think as like a writer of a movie. Like, how do you like finesse your way into like okay? Because you're writing this movie. It's like yeah, and then the actors do this, and they go into the bedroom. And then do you pause or do you
It's not
just
in the bedroom? It's in the kitchen.
or whatever? They go into the kitchen counter, whatever the fuck it is. Like you're about to write a section. It's like okay, how much? Do you ever? Is there like a pause and like what am I gonna have these people do on camera? You know what I mean?
I think that comes down to the director. As
Or
to
is it just,
what
or
actually
are there
goes
some
on.
writers? No, are there some writers just like go and then they do this and they do this and do they even pause when they start thinking about like?
I don't know. I think if you're a good
know?
enough writer, it just flows because it's part of. It's like an integral part of what you're writing. You know
Yeah,
what I
yes.
mean? You need.
I've
But there's
talked
no
about-
talking
I've
in a
talked
lot
about
of sex
this
scenes.
before and
You
gotten
know what I
some
mean?
flack for it. But I think that there's a lot of movies with sex scenes that really don't need the sex.
Because
scene.
there's no talking.
Yeah, because
Know what I'm saying?
But-
it's not moving the plot along.
Are
Yeah.
you saying that about Don't Worry, Darling?
Not about that movie,
Okay.
but I'm just saying like there's a lot of movies in particular.
Because I can agree with
'Cause
that
the
scene, but
dialogue-
I think in
Yeah.
Don't
'cause
Worry,
sometimes-
Darling, that scene is pretty important.
Sometimes the
Well, yeah.
dialogue stops and it's just like 30 seconds to
There's
a minute.
also
and then
aren't a
fade
lot
to
of
black.
movies that have pussy eating scenes.
Well, not just
Black
sex
Swan.
scenes in general, but like just sex scenes in general. Like there's a lot of movies that have like graphic sex scenes, and it's like okay, well you just had this just to have like.
What's
sex
the like non-sex scene equivalent of a graphic sex scene? I just answered my own question. It's like a fight scene.
Yeah, just like an unnecessary beatdown that goes on for 6 minutes longer than it should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
or
I
even
would
like a
say.
joke scene. It's talking about like Adam Sandler movies where like a character will just like continually fart, and it's not really like adding anything to the movie.
Like the shit.
there's gotta be dialogue in that,
White
right?
Girls.
Yeah.
The shitting scene where they're going
White
back
chicks.
and forth
White
shitting.
chicks.
Yeah.
White
Yeah.
chicks.
It's like, sure, at a time I found that funny,
Yeah.
but it's not actually moving the plot forward at all.
yeah. Like sure, when I was a kid and watched the sex scene from Mulholland Drive, I was like, yeah, this hot as fuck.
Oh yeah, you watched Mulholland Drive as a kid.
I do. Don't get into what I did in my free time. But
I was like
When we-
7 and watching
when I was
Mulholland
watching
Drive.
Mulholland, hey, I'm a David Lynch fan to the core. But when I rewatched it for the podcast, I was like, you know, the movie really didn't need like this was just David Lynch. Like, I want two ladies to fuck in the middle of my movie. And
Yeah.
That's a pretty good David Lynch, I think.
yeah, thank you. That's the one.
I haven't seen it. But
I remember how he sounds from his episode on Louis.
Yeah, that's right. It's
Yep.
a great episode.
Yeah.
He has like a little mid-season arc, like a couple episodes.
Yeah.
Joseph, unless you want to open that mouth up, I'm gonna have to use the restroom here shortly.
All right. We can. I mean, it's been an hour and 5 minutes, so we can kind of. Final thoughts, Garrett. Final thoughts on you don't mess with the Zohan.
Well, the ending when they because there's also this is based on the Wikipedia, but like they do this whole thing with like this white guy who's trying to like get the like this mall.
I think it's Bruce Buffer.
I forget who it is.
Yeah.
But like the it ends with like the thing that I remember the most thing, even more than like Zohan fucking all those old white ladies, was
the awesome part.
Yeah, the best part was the second best part when him and the Palestinian dude like do this whole thing where they're like singing together.
Yeah, they make the sound. And
like,
we haven't made that in centuries.
Yes. I remember that part explicitly.
Yeah.
And I don't know that part. What does that bring up for me? It's just kind of random, but it was just like, hey, they don't have to solve all their problems with violence, and it was a nice note to end the movie on.
Right. Yeah.
You know,
they like right at the start of the movie, they pretty much set it up like this is a pro-Israel like take.
Yes.
Because like Adam Sandler kicks a guy and he's like, we've been here for hundreds of years, and he's like, oh, okay, yeah, like my family hasn't been here too, or something like that. Like my ancestors would never came here. And so it's like pretty much right off the bat, it's like this is a pro-Israel movie, and they like the Israelis are the ones to like mend the wounds of between like the Palestinians and the Israelis in the New York streets.
And make them look real good.
Yeah. So I don't know. I saw TikTok calling this movie propaganda, which like fine. It's written by like a bunch of Jewish guys, so obviously they're going to be pro-Israel in this movie.
but they didn't have to. They didn't have to like make it like as progressively ended as it was.
Yeah.
Know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, everybody got together at the end.
Yeah.
Could have just cast the Palestinians as the villains that needed to be like, you know, put in their place. But it was like actually like this white like property owner or whatever that ended up that they both united against.
Yeah.
You know, so that's
And
better.
they both he opened a shoe store.
And it doesn't even have
Zohan
anything. It
opened
didn't
his,
even resolve anything like about the actual land dispute.
Right.
It's just like, hey, we can still like treat each other as human beings.
We don't have beef anymore.
As long as we're out of that area.
They
As long as
fight
we're in America.
neo-Nazis.
I was gonna say
wearing-
that's kind of the pitch, right?
Yeah.
They fight neo-Nazis wearing fake.
As long as we
beards
both
and
leave.
turbans. So
As long as
you
we
know.
both leave.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good movie. I liked it.
Like I said, I think it's one of middle-aged, mid-era Adam Sandler's best works.
That's what I was just about to say. Is this was in an era when Adam Sandler became kind of hit or miss,
Yeah.
and he definitely hit on this.
Am I confusing him with Ben Stiller from Tropic Thunder? Did he also get jacked for this movie? Kind of.
Sandler, yeah, he was in better shape
He
than
looks
he typically.
good.
Like he
Looks
looks
good.
pretty good in this.
Ben
movie.
Stiller straight up got jacked for
Right.
Tropic Thunder. Yeah.
I kept thinking like when I was watching the movie, I was like, oh, like when is this scene gonna happen? And I was like, oh no, that was in The Dictator, or like that was from Borat. Like this felt like very Sacha Baron Cohen-y.
Okay.
Which I'm kind of surprised like he didn't ever had something like this. You know, there was a lot of like similarities. Weirdly.
Yeah.
He does play
It's
like an IDF guy in like one of his newer
Oh yeah.
works.
And that HBO show.
Where he got that senator House member to
say the N-word.
no, or something like that, or just like run backwards with his butt at him.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very like cultural comedy.
Yeah.
Like you have to understand a certain part of the world to get a lot of the jokes, which is Sacha Baron Cohen does that a lot. So.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think you should check out this movie. Thanks for watching Middle East May.
Can I plug some
Yeah,
stuff?
you-
Oh,
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, I got a YouTube channel. It's called House Party. It's not going to be too much comedy on it anytime soon. There is some comedy on it, along with that viral video from all those years ago, filmed at the Roper School. Essentially, I'll be releasing some music videos for like my rap EP and other rap songs that I have like snippets of that I film music videos for. Shout out Peter Promo. The EP that I'll be dropping is called Breakaway, and that'll be on all streaming platforms very soon. So if you like the way my voice sounds on a podcast, just wait till you hear it rapping. It'll be even better.
I can't wait to hear that. I can't wait to play that over the outro. I'm not going to do that, but I can't wait to listen to Garrett's new track, and I can't wait for you to listen to it. I can't wait for one of you to win this T-shirt.
Hell yeah.
I can't wait for Riley to go pee. We're living large in the pee films.
I can't wait for everybody that watched this to subscribe to our Patreon.
Subscribe to the page. Give us a couple bucks if you want,
Win a fucking shirt by
Oh, yeah.
commenting on this motherfucker.
and we'll see you next time.
Thanks for having me, guys. Peace.
Israel unites.